We're here at the Alpha Transform Web Filler, which you can find online at transform.alphasoftware.com/webfiller. This uses the same username and password that you use to get into the mobile application and Transform Central. I'm going to go ahead and log in now. When I log in, if I have multiple accounts, I'll get to select them. If you just have one account, this screen will be skipped. Now it loads the latest form types, as well as the forms themselves for each of the form types. Now my account has a whole bunch of forms that I've already created, and I also have a whole bunch of form definitions that I've already defined. When you're brand new, you're not going to see anything in here. This section here is going to be blank completely. Even if you've created a form type, you still won't see it here. To fill in a new form type, what you're going to want to do is click the Add a Blank Form button here. But before we do that, let's take a look at this screen. This is the screen that lists all of the forms that have been downloaded onto your web browser here. And you can sort these forms using the sort command, which allows you to sort it by date, status form, and a combination of form and status. So for example, I have some forms that are the 5S type audit form. I have that set up so that I'm showing everything that has an open status, and then it's going to group together my 5S audit forms together, as well as my other form types together. So you can play with these to find out what selection makes sense for you. You can also filter them. You can take a look at only forms that have not yet been saved. In other words, ones that you've filled out but have not yet synchronized to the server. You can look for ones that have errors, that have error conditions marked on them, and I'll show you how to find those errors. You could show ones which have required fields that are missing, which is very similar to one which has errors. Or you could search also by the form types, and these only apply to the types of forms that you currently have downloaded into your system. If you don't have any instances of those forms, they won't appear here. So here you could check some of the forms you'd like, you'd hit the apply button, and you can apply the filter. When it's time to remove the filter, you just click filter again, you click clear all filters, and you click apply, and that brings you back. You can also collapse and expand the various sections if you do have multiple form types or multiple statuses and you have it sorted that way. I'm going to set it back to date, which is the default one. Now up here at the right, you'll see that there is a refresh button, and as soon as you log in to the Transform Web Filler, it brings down all of the instances that are there. But if you wait a few minutes, it's possible that someone has submitted a new form. So this is the button that you use to go up to the server to check to see if anything else has been downloaded. So I've clicked that button right now, and it came back with nothing. If there were forms, it would let you know how many forms were downloaded. Okay, so before we go to add a new form, let's take a look here in the menu. This hamburger menu over here on the left has got some options to help you out. One is, in fact, the help system itself. And if you click on the help system, it'll give you a very detailed description of how to use basically everything here in the web filler. You can even show a table of contents and jump to a particular screen that you like. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of help. You also have options to refresh forms like you have here, refresh form definitions, which I'll show you on another page, and you can claim forms. This works if you have queues set up. So it's possible in Transform to set up what we know as queues. These are sort of buckets where you can put different forms in, and different people can log in if they're part of that group and claim a form from that queue. When they claim it from the queue, it disappears from the queue and it goes right here into the web filler for them to use it. User settings allow you to change things like your password and your name. Confirm login. Like Transform Central, every 2 days you will be logged out of this application automatically if you have not logged out beforehand. Now, you don't get fully logged out. You still have some functionality when you open up the app. You can still scroll through data. You can even create new records if you want to, but you won't be able to synchronize anything new up to the server until you confirm the login. And you can do that right here by saying confirm login. Log out, of course, logs you out of the application completely. Now let's say you wanted to add a new form. You could do that by clicking the Add a Blank Form. When you do that, the form types are listed here on this screen. If you've added a new form type recently and you don't see them on the screen, you'll want to refresh from server. That is the same as the menu choice you saw a moment ago called Refresh Definitions. To create a new form, I'm going to click on a particular form. I'm going to click on the delivery form. And then to fill it out, I just click here somewhere on the first line, and I'll type in a name. And then I use this arrow to move to the next screen. Delivery address, 123 Main Street. And using these arrows, I can move from field to field. Or, optionally, I could always just hit OK, which will take me back and show me what I've filled in, and I can click on another field in particular to fill it out. Like, let's say I want to click on city. So I'm going to click on city, and so on. You can capture a GPS location by clicking the Get Location button. This will be the location if you're working on a desktop or a laptop computer, probably that the wireless connection is connected to. So it does its best guess at guessing where you are. Since a mobile device actually has a GPS unit in it, most desktop and laptops don't. To capture a photo, you can use the webcam or you can capture a screenshot. And once you capture something, let's take a picture. So I'm going to allow to share my screen. And I'm going to, share this screen. I'm going to say take photo. Wow, that's kind of cool. And now I can say I want to use this photo. Now, one cool thing is once you've captured a photo or an image, you can use the pen and mark up that picture. When you use that pen icon, you have this little window up here. If you see what happens when I'm dragging it, it's magnifying the area below. So let's say I wanted to circle this area where it said take a photo. I can move that down there and I could tap on, let's say, a red colored ink, and let's choose one that's like medium thickness. And I can scroll right around like that, and I can save that. All right. When I'm done, I tap OK. I can do a signature here as well. If I had a touch screen, it would be easier, but I could sign with a mouse. And that's all there is to it. Now, sometimes when a form is designed, a submit button is placed at the bottom, and that's pretty good practice. In this case, we don't have one, but you can still submit that form either by going here to the menu and submitting it there, which would be change status, or you could go back here and say upload this to server, and that will actually upload it to the server. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now my change has been uploaded. Okay. Now that we're back at the list of forms, the form that you created will appear here in the list. Right now I have it sorted and filtered so it doesn't appear, but I'm going to go ahead and clear out the filter, and let's sort them by the form name. And I know I just filled in a delivery form, so let's scroll down to that. And here it is. And there's the data that we entered. Now let's go back to that list of forms again. And this time we're going to take a look for forms that have errors in them. The ones that have errors in them will be marked. For example, this one says that a required field is missing. Let's see if we have one which has a couple more errors. It'll have a better example. And this one has got a couple of problems in it. It has errors in it, and it has some missing data. And that's how the form was set up. So if the form doesn't have proper data entered into it, it's going to give you this error. If I click on this, you'll see that the error message actually appears here. And I can go up here to the hamburger menu and say list problems. And it's going to say the pulse rate is out of bounds, the start date is too soon, and there's no signature. Now the nice thing is I can click on any one of these. Let's set the pulse rate. So I'll set that to, let's say, let's make it reasonable, 75. And our error has gone away. There's an error here because there's no signature, so let's sign it. And now let's see what else I've got for issues. Oh, the date is too soon. It must be some day after today. So let's set a validation date of sometime in, let's take today, but spin it up to 2048. All right. And we'll click OK. Now at this point, I should be able to submit this form and all of my errors will go away. And you'll see this appears now in a very light red. It's been basically grayed out. And that form can be submitted. When you submit a form, you get a choice to upload just the current form that you're on. But if you have multiple forms on your device that you haven't yet uploaded, you can choose to upload all of them. When I click OK, it takes the data, it sends it up, and it gives me back a response letting me know that the form was uploaded properly. And that covers the basics of the Transform Web Form Filler.